What's going on, champs and champions? It's FireMonkey here, and today is one of the more eventful days in Fortnite because it is Quest Day. I know that is something I haven't really said on this channel before because I never really thought about saying it that way, but this isn't just a week where we get brand new week 6 quests or anything like that. No, because Magneto is now also available, with the page 1 and page 2 quests being available to anyone who currently has the battle pass. Now in today's YouTube video, we'll be quickly doing these quests, trying to see how easily they can be done. The only thing that we're going to be required to do that is going to be a little bit hard, it appears, for page 1 is collecting Magneto's power, because this requires it, this requires it, this requires it. So, you know, 3 of the quests we have to actually end up doing all relate to Magneto. However, I am noticing that when I click on this, collect Magneto's power, it's telling me to go over to Brawler's Battleground, so maybe that's an actual confirmed location for where it always guarantees spawn or something. But the first thing I think we should do is go over here to the Weapon X Laboratory, which is this new little bunker that people noticed got added in a previous update that never really served a purpose. This actually is for the upcoming collaboration between Magneto, but also the upcoming collaboration where we get the Weapon X version of Wolverine in the item shop within the next day or two. And you can see right here, Magneto, oh my god, but as you can see right here, Magneto has actually like busted out of the lab, which now means we can go inside of it. I even think it's a little POI that we can have marked on our map here. Yep, it says Landmark Weapon X Lab. First quest completed, we get ourselves a nice little loading screen for free, and I wonder, can we break these? Okay, we can break these little tubes, but as you can see, there are 2 tubes, meaning that it's not just Magneto that busted out of this area, but it's also the new Wolverine skin that has busted out of this area as well, which I definitely think is, wait, banana? I mean, okay, I don't know why there's a banana in that one, but, you know, that one I guess makes sense. I mean, but as we were talking about, you know, with everything, Wolverine has been busted out of here as well. We even have little claw marks over here on the walls that kind of show that that's what's going on here, but there really isn't too much chaotic stuff going on inside of this, right? You know, a few chests here and there, but it doesn't appear like we're going to be getting guaranteed Magneto powers from right there, so let's go travel all the way down to Brawler's Battleground to see if that's going to actually have the powers for us. Alright, here we are. We're actually approaching Brawler's Battleground right now, onto the exact location that it has marked on the map, so hopefully we end up actually finding it there. If not, you know, it's going to be a little upsetty spaghetti, but at the same time, you know, it's not the end of the world. We're going to be playing this video, figuring out where it can actually spawn, because maybe we'll have them to help you guys and everything else, and then we can go about our day. But I assume the reason why there's a marker right here is maybe there's an NPC, you know, like a Magneto NPC or something over here. Yep, or you can just buy the powers from, which is actually going to be super sick for us, so let's go ahead and knock you down. Yo, what's poppin', Magneto? How you doing? How you doing? Yes, I would love to just gladly take your powers. Thank you very much. So we complete that one and we instantly get one of the quests completed for collecting the powers. After that, we have to hit vehicles using the power and travel distance in the air. But I also want to know how it actually affects enemy players. Even though it's not for one of the quests right now, let's go ahead and see how it actually is in game. Oh, okay, hold on, wait. So if we jump in the air, we can actually kind of like hover around and stuff. So I think that's what it's meant to do. If we block as well, it looks like we have a little bit of a hover thing. So it looks like that's how they expect you to kind of travel, is just having it out, right? You know, having it in your hand. It isn't going to be something that just gives you the ability to fly or anything like that. It literally just kind of floats you around and you're able to complete the challenge that way. But man, does that kind of recharge fast, right? Hold on, let's see here. So we have 3 seconds until that recharges right there, and then it's 8 seconds per charge, and it does look like it goes up to a total of like around 4 to 5 charges. So it does have a pretty nice recharge rate. You're able to actually use it quite a bit here, and you're able to do the challenges pretty easily, right? I mean, especially since you can just buy it at that location. You can get the travel distance in the air completed real quickly. You can get the vehicle damage completed real quickly, assuming that the vehicle still works after you destroyed it. It just seems to all be kind of like corresponding in the right area, and it does look like whenever you're using it for the normal... Actually, I want to test something, right? So we have the launch thing. So if we use this, that doesn't float us down slower, so we have to actually be shooting in order to kind of stay in the air for a longer distance of time, but it does look like it gets rid of fall damage in some sense. I mean, we can test it right here. Let's wait for our stamina to recharge a little bit here. We'll jump off and see if it gives us no fall damage. All right. That should definitely give us fall damage if it was a normal jump. No, it doesn't. So it appears like it does get rid of fall damage, which makes sense since it does give you a little bit of like a low gravity effect as you're jumping around and everything. But this does seem pretty solid for the first stages, and we already have the second stages unlocked now, which also use the powers, such as blocking hits. You have to block 200 damage worth of hits, damage opponents from 1 story above or higher, configure rift beacons, which we'll probably need to mark that one since those are actual locations on the map, and eliminate 5 players with the actual powers themselves. And it looks like the rift beacons are actually like like all the way spread across the map, so you have to do it in different matches instead of just doing it in the same one. But let's go ahead and start this challenge off by going over here where the enemies are kind of fighting each other. Hey guys, I want to actually show you this rock. Look at this cool rock I found the other day. It's a pretty cool rock. I think you should look at my rock. Thank you for looking at it. I really appreciate it. Was this really something I needed to narrate on top of, being like, I should look at your rock? No. Am I going to do it anyways? Yes, and you guys just kind of got to deal with it regardless of how you're actually feeling, right? Now, I will go ahead and travel a little bit here. Of course, you can see the challenges and everything. We've already done all of page 1 in order to try configuring some of the rift beacons, but I don't know if we'll be able to get all of them right away, but you'll at least be able to see how one of them actually activates in game. Alright, now here we are right by one of the rift beacons we actually have to configure. Now these may look familiar if you're someone who played back in the original Marvel season where we had the Iron Man little like rift beacons or whatever else, because they're basically the same thing. However, you know, we have this little activation sequence, so, okay, just as a little bubble outwards. That's all it really does. All right, I wasn't really expecting it to do that. I was kind of curious if, since it had like some special effects going on, if it would have like a little bit of like dialogue or animation or something. And it did have animation, don't get me wrong, but it just kind of was unexpected, you know, kind of like anticlimactic in a way. But at the same time, it is kind of preparing us for the brand new season. It is preparing us for whatever is supposed to be going on with the Marvel collaboration that is supposed to be themed around next season and everything else. So it is going to be exciting to see how they actually play into it. Who knows? Maybe we'll get another whole entire Iron Man, like Tony Stark Industries building or whatever else rifted into the Fortnite island like we did back in the original Marvel season, all the way back in like I think chapter 2 or something. But you know, in terms of challenges themselves, it actually isn't that hard to complete these. Of course, some things like hitting vehicles with the power is something that you have to actually kind of focus on in order to complete. Like right there, boom, now we've completed it. All of page 1 is fully done. But it feels like the only challenge that's really going to give you difficulty is the ones to deal combat damage, assuming you're not doing bot lobbies. And if you are doing bot lobbies, literally the most difficult thing out of all of these is basically just, hey, go over to all the different rift beacons on the map, go ahead and, you know, configure them, and be on with your ways, or be on with your day, or whatever else, which I do think is interesting because on one hand, it is something where you have to go to all 3 of them to complete it, but at the same time, originally when they were first working on these, there was going to be around 5 rift beacons you had to actually do, so it's interesting to see how they lowered it down to 3, and made it so it's like you still had to do all of them instead of having to go over to 5 different locations all around the map to get everything you needed completed. So I also want to check here, since it is telling me to deal damage from above, can I just do pistol damage like that? Is it actually going to count for the challenge, or does it have to be the specific weapon? I think it has to be the specific weapon, which kind of sucks here and there, but at the same time, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you're probably going to be using the weapon anyway, so let's see here. No, actually, you can just deal damage with anything, so we can just sit up here and deal damage, most likely using the gauntlets, though, because that is going to deal a lot more damage than we probably need to be dealing right now to begin with. But at the same time, you know, if you want to use like a normal gun or something, or if you want to apparently miss every single shot you could possibly make, you can complete this challenge just by being at a higher elevation, and we're at 970, we're at 995 out of 1,000, or actually out of 2,000, never mind. I thought it was a lot lower than we actually had being checked and everything here, so it isn't going to be too difficult to actually, you know, be mad at myself here, right? Because, you know, I thought I was like, what? I thought I was like 5 damage away from completing it, but no, I'm a little bit more than 5 damage away. So let's go over here to this other rift beacon. I want to see if we can technically get to all 3 in a single match or something, but I do want to go ahead and complete most of the challenges, right? Like I want to go ahead and complete 2 more of these so that we're able to actually go ahead and get the classic version of Magneto as well. So once this match ends, I can kind of just show you all the rewards side by side. So give me a moment as I cut through all of this stuff. So first off, here is one of the other rift beacon locations. Just interact with it. It puts a little pulse bubble outwards, and now we have to go all the way to the mountainous snow area to complete the final one, assuming I don't die of storm damage. Alright, so something I've actually noticed here when it comes to blocking hits using Magneto's power, it literally wants you to block 200 hits, right? It's not talking about 200 damage, it quite literally means 200 bullets hitting your actual, like, shield as it kind of, you know, goes through being able to be hit and being unable to be hit and everything else. As you can see, we're currently at 64, and it does kind of go up a little bit as you get spammed and everything, but it's definitely something that's going to take some time. And if you're doing this in normal lobbies, you're not just going to be able to farm it like I am here, right? We're able to farm this because we're in a bot lobby, so you know it's like not a real person or whatever, but at the same time, the shield has an actual health barrier and everything. You can kind of see it go down as we get shot at, and it's something that kind of does go around a radius, right? Because as you can see, sometimes when they hit like the top right of the shield, it should be hitting me, right? Or it should be going past the shield or something like that, but it does look like this shield kind of absorbs it more than it should. So if we could get you to actually go ahead and shoot me a little bit more, we're currently at 125, we're at 130. It does take a little bit of time, and if you drop the shield and everything, it does kind of recover as you're running around. So assuming you don't have the shield fully broken, you can kind of, you know, recharge it and use that its own way, like that right there. As you can see, we're able to just kind of pull it out and everything else. However, if the shield gets fully broken like this, I can't actually pull it out until it does get fully recharged. So all we need is Billie Eilish to deal a little bit more damage, please, and thank you. Turn around. Come on. Come on. No, don't fight over there. Hey, hey, I have a shield for you. Please, go on. Shoot it. Shoot it. You know you want to shoot the shield. Yes, 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 yes. You're doing the right thing here. You're doing the thing you should be doing. We're at 179 of 200. Come on. 190. I wonder, can we actually get it if we kind of like drop the shield for a moment right here? 198. 2 more bullets and we are fine. There we go. We've completed that challenge. So now the only challenge really left is to deal damage from 1 story above or higher, which does look like you just kind of gotta be higher than the enemy, right? So for example, right there, it kind of didn't count, but if we go right above, counted right that way. So it does look like it has a small distance that you have to be above them for, but at the same time, it isn't too crazy of a distance. So for example, if we go over here to this ring, right, you know, the giant flaming hoop, and we kind of just stand on top of it, I'm pretty sure we would be fine, even if it wouldn't be seen as some people to be considered, you know, a whole entire story of a building or something like that. So we're at 182, or I guess 1,822, and now after this hit, we have completed the challenge, and we have the classic version of Magneto unlocked. We don't have everything unlocked because we still need to configure that 3rd rift beacon for a wrap, but for the most part, all of the other cosmetics a part of this collaboration have been unlocked, so you know, I'm kind of fine with that. We could try going over there to the storm circle to get the final one, but if we look at it, it's 5 DPS per second, so I don't think we're going to make it, right? I think that regardless of how good I am at the video game, or how many health potions or whatever else, med kits, whatever you want to call it, I have, it's better just kind of finish off this match, enjoy our day with the fact that we have basically all rewards completed, mostly in a single match, and showcase those to you guys, and then just kind of go on with doing whatever it is I was going to do with my day anyways, right? So let's go ahead and eliminate some bots here, and I'm curious, can you use Nitro Fist and the gauntlets? You can. Okay, so look at that, you can just kind of dual weld. You want to go ahead and use the Nitro Fist to kind of get around, and then gauntlets, you can do that as much as you want. So let's see here, let's just kind of get ourselves all kitted out right here, right? So if we go ahead, let's just start going in the heavens, or go into the sky here. And I want to see if we can find like the final enemy as we're kind of just hovering in the sky, because as you use Magneto's thing, you kind of just float around. Oh, and we do see it. Come on. This would be a crazy shot if we can actually eliminate from up here, but it does look like I just have garbage aim anyway, so that's probably not going to happen unless... Ooh, hold up. Hold up. Okay, that wasn't as cool as I was expecting, but you kind of get the point, right? You can do some crazy things, right? You can maybe trick shot it, use the Nitro Fist to go in the air, use Magneto's Gauntlet in order to stay hovering for a little bit, pull out a sniper, go ahead, boom, and then, you know, you can make a whole entire, like, phase montage or something like the good old Call of Duty days. But let's look at these rewards that we have now obtained by doing the quest. As you can see right here, we have the Crush GG emoticon, we have the Wastelander Magneto skin, or I guess, you know, the normal Magneto version of the skin. We have Magneto's cape right here, which does kind of synergize with the skin itself if you equip both of them. We have the Disassemble emote right here, which only is this gun, right? I was curious if it would have any other guns, but it doesn't. We have, for example, this wrap, or I guess not wrap, but this glider right here called Magnetic Steps. Now, something to mention about this is it's not oh my god, but it's not restricted to Magneto, right? You can use this on any character in the game, so we don't have any more of the whole Marvel restriction stuff going on anymore. We have ourselves the Knock Knock Clang loading screen. We have ourselves the Magneto's Grass Spray. We got ourselves the Magnetized Scrap Pickaxe, which you can also use on any character, so it's not locked to just Magneto. We have ourselves a new banner icon. We have ourselves the Wastelander Magneto's Cloak. We have ourselves Wastelander Magneto himself. And then, of course, we have the Lego Wastelander Magneto version of the skin and everything with a little cloak and everything going on right there. So in total, we have a lot of rewards you're able to obtain. Most of them you can get done in a single match, but the only one we haven't actually completed as of yet is this one right here, which just requires us to go into another match and spawn at that Rift Beacon and complete it here and there. So that is pretty cool to see. Now, something I do want to show you guys real quickly here, in case you're curious, is if we go ahead and type Magneto in and, you know, we go ahead and choose the actual other option here, which is the Magneto normal variant, and equip the cape, how does it look? So that's what it looks looks like a normal Magneto with that version of the cape. And if we have the Wastelander's cloak on, you know, it doesn't actually attach because this isn't the Wastelander Magneto. What if we go over here and move over to the Wastelander Magneto, for example? You can see how it actually looks on this version. And of course, if you try to use the other version of Magneto's cape, which wasn't made for that style, doesn't really match up at all, but it is nice to see that they have that synergy available for you to kind of mix and match around with. And of course, with all the variants, you have the helmet on, helmet off, you have the option for the faceplate on or off for Wastelander, and then you have normal Magneto with helmet on and helmet off as well. So a lot of free rewards for you to actually obtain, assuming that you're someone who currently has the pass and you're looking for something else to do in your free time. So if you enjoyed today's video, consider subscribing and support the content I create, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another upload. Peace out.